Hey guys, it's Rachel with Be Healed Dog Training, and I want to address a question today that I've gotten several times from people, and that is, will I always have to use my prong collar? Will I always have to use my e-collar? And for starters, I'm using Khaleesi here as a wonderful example. Will I always have to use my prong collar? Well, maybe not. Khaleesi right now is walking on the exact same slip lead that you saw if you saw the video of when she first got here. And she was dragging me around and choking herself out, gagging on the leash that she insists on engaging in. Basically just getting too wound up. And again, you can see how hard she's pulling here. Now she's walking on the same slip lead. All she has on is that and her e-collar. She is doing remote collar heeling right now. So through the use of layering remote collar work over her leash and prong collar work, this is what we've got. We've got a dog that is doing everything without the use of a prong collar. And honestly, she's at the point where if I was in an enclosed area, I would drop the leash and be doing this without the leash. I just have the leash as a backup system. She is known for bolting and running, and I'm not in an enclosed area right now, so I'm not going to drop that leash. But she's not really using leash guidance at this point in time, except for on occasion, and even then the remote would probably do it if I didn't have it in my hand. So, yes, you can get off the tools. But you also have to keep in mind, she has been here for 2.5 weeks now, 24/7 training during that time. So it's probably going to look a little different if you're training your own dog at home. There's lots of variables that go into when you stop or phase out your tools. So, and the dog itself is a variable. You might be struggling with completely different things than what Khaleesi was struggling with, and your dog might react differently to the training tools that you use. It might take longer, and that's fine. Your own schedule is a variable. The types of training techniques that you use are variables. So there's a lot of things that go into how long your dog may spend on these tools. And you might end up using your prong collar and e-collar indefinitely on your dog, and that's also fine. You've got to put a collar on your dog anyway. So who cares if it's a prong collar? Who cares if it's an e-collar? And I will say too, even if she gets to the point that she's responding to everything I say and I'm not ever having to use the e-collar, or very rarely, I'm still always going to put it on her if I'm in an unenclosed area or in an area where she can't be contained if she were to get out of control, just because it's like a seatbelt. So I always have my e-collars on my dogs, even if they're under, completely reliable voice command. If I'm ever anywhere that's not enclosed or potentially safe, they've got those on. So, but if you find that you've been walking your dog for years on a prong collar and that's working for them and they're just not to the point, maybe you don't have a remote collar for some reason, or maybe you've got one but they don't respond to it in a way that makes your walks pleasant when you go without your prong, then use your prong collar. Who cares how long they're on those tools? You've got tools available to you for a reason. There's no shame in it. There's nothing wrong with using what helps you. So do whatever helps you. Do whatever is effective for you, your lifestyle, and your dog. And don't worry about how long they're on these tools. But yes, it is possible to get off of these tools. It is possible that she and I could be working completely off leash. I'm not going to do that right now because we're not in an enclosed area. I'm not going to drop the leash. I could if I was in an area that I wouldn't have to worry about if she got out of hand or stopped listening. But right now I'm not even really using this leash. So again, just wanted to make that point today because I do get asked that by board and train clients or just people who email me and ask questions. And just don't worry about it. If you're using tools, use them as long as you need them. And don't worry about a time frame. Just do whatever's working for your dog. If you drop your agenda with your training, a lot of times your training is going to get that much more effective because you don't have a whole bunch of unnecessary pressure on yourself. Drop your agenda, work with what's working for you and your dog, and enjoy your time together. So, speaking of, I'm going to go keep walking with Khaleesi. Actually, here, I'm going to show you where we are right now. Let's speed up a little bit. Zero leash pressure. I'm going to slow down and come to a stop. That's all through prong collar work with e-collar training layered over top of it. So just in case you've been following her and want an update on Khaleesi here. But I'm going to go keep working with her. You guys enjoy the rest of your day and happy training.